Oh, I think we're live. What's up, guys? So, 6 o'clock. Gonna get this thing started. Want to give a little bit of time for everybody to jump on. I got Chris here with me. Yo, yo. So, looks like we got one person on here. So, Valerie. So, Valerie's here. What's up, Valerie? Tina. See, Tina's here. Nadia joined. She better at least be pretending to participate. Cool. So we got a bunch of people coming in right now. I'm going to give it a little bit of time. Cool. So we got, hey Valerie, what's up? Marlene, Senny, Jose's in here. What's up, Tina? Laura. All right, guys. So while everyone's jumping in, I'm gonna give it a little bit of time. What up, Jose? Jackie, what's up? We're gonna go through. I'm gonna try to make it somewhat quick. We did the Facebook Live this time. What's up, Jackie? Instead of doing an actual orientation, because a lot of this challenge is supposed to be based around the fact that you guys are going to be busy for the holidays and for other stuff that's going on. So, Holly, what's up? So we wanted to try to make everything about this challenge as convenient as possible and set you guys up for success and not have people have to miss out on anything, from cardio to workouts. And I think that a lot of these things are going to make it easy. Marlene, what's up? Jake's on here. Even Travis jumped on. Dang. This is good. All right, cool. So we've still got a lot of people that need to jump on. So I'm just going to kind of hit on some basic stuff. So depending on the location that you're at, so this is going to go to each location. So wherever you guys are watching this from, if you're part of the Orlando gym, San Diego gyms, whichever gym that you're at, I'm going to go over some basic stuff, not necessarily pertaining to the challenge just yet. I'll give everyone time to jump on here. At each gym, there's certain areas that you guys are supposed to park, and certain ways you're supposed to enter. For our gym in Santa Clarita, you park in the back and you enter in the front. So just make sure that you guys know where you're supposed to park. We try to be really courteous of all of our neighbors. We don't want to take anybody's parking spots. Make sure that when you guys come in, you guys bring a towel. And that you guys show up on time. It's very important that we do an active warm-up and we do stretching. If you guys are hurt, then you guys can't be getting results. You can't get to your goal. So make sure that you guys show up on time to go through and do those stretches, do the active warm-up. It's important to get here on time so that you can do those things and not end up injured. Bringing a towel, making sure that you guys are courteous. If we're working hard, which you guys should be, then we'll be sweating. So make sure to bring a towel. Being courteous of other people. Anyone that's a member here, Faith, what's up? Jenny. Anyone who's been here knows that the culture and the people are really what set the gym apart and make it different. And everyone's very supportive of one another. Everyone's very helpful. So make sure when you guys show up that you guys are trying to give that same love. Make sure that you guys, if you see somebody struggling, make sure to help them. This is a negativity-free zone. So. There's no negativity. Check that at the door when you come in here. Be positive. Make sure you guys are coming in here to work hard. Those things are really important. So looking out for each other and make sure that when we come in, we're putting our best foot forward. So other people that are new to the gym and haven't done a challenge in the past or might have heard about them, this challenge is a little bit different than the others. Our normal 60-day challenge is a very structured program, and it's set up to where you guys aren't working certain foods in. You're only working in the foods that are going to optimize results for that 60-day period. And so it's slightly different. This one is going to be set up more for people that are in different goal points, and it works a little different than that challenge, but I'll go over it. So we have less than half of the people live right now, but I'm going to go into it. I want to make sure you guys aren't on this all night long. So real quick, since I already started kind of hitting on it for the 30-day challenge, what's the point of the 30-day challenge? One thing I wanted to hit on is that this challenge is supposed to be flexible. It's supposed to help you guys be able to go to Thanksgiving dinner, eat for Christmas, have holiday parties and work those foods in, be out of town, and you can still participate out of town. So we've found a way where there's a will, there's a way. As long as you guys have your head in the right space, we'll set you guys up with the right tools, and you can be successful at this challenge, even working in the foods that you want to work in, going to the events that you want to go to, and it's something that you guys can definitely do. There's people that are going to be able to be at different points during this challenge. There's going to be some people that are just looking to maintain. So we have some current clients or people that came in that said, I normally just gain a lot of weight during the holidays, and I just want to avoid that. So I'm not really trying to drop a lot of weight. In the macro calculator that you guys ended up having instructions on how to use, you guys will see different goals. So you guys can have anything from somebody who is aggressively trying to lose weight during this holiday season and look great for when they see their family or for the new year. Those people are going to have a spot in that calculator, and then people that are just looking to maintain weight, people that are coming out of our 60-day challenge, that are looking to reverse diet and work other foods back in a structured program. So as you guys talk to people at the gym, you guys might be confused because of those things, and just know each person, we're all working together. We're all trying to better ourselves, but we all have individual goals, and the program can be catered to that. So when you guys go in and use that calculator, make sure that you guys end up putting in the goal that you guys have, and make sure that you guys are set up with a good starting point numbers. And just remember, those numbers are just a starting point, and we're going to help you along the way. Chris is going to be super helpful with this. He loves macro dieting, and he's going to be very helpful. He's going to be kind of one of the point people for you, and you guys are going to have support throughout the whole thing, so we can give you guys changes as we go. So a few of the things that you guys were emailed out or posted on the page is that you guys were supposed to have, here's some of the stuff up here, the foods that you guys want. You guys are going to want to have a little list of that. So right now, we're going to start giving you guys a few of the things. Make sure you guys are set up. You guys are going to build out the diet plan that you're going to use. And by the time we get off this Facebook Live, you guys are going to have your diet set, and you guys are going to know how MyFitnessPal works, and you guys are going to know how the program works, and everything's going to be done. So you guys aren't going to feel lost. We're going to be able to answer all these questions live time, and you guys should be good. So one of the things I want you guys to do is, what are some of the foods that you'd like worked in on a regular basis? So pick a couple of foods that would really help you with this diet plan that you would really like to see worked into your diet. It doesn't have to be chicken, brown rice, healthy foods like that. We'll kind of go through how those things balance into the diet plan, but I want you to pick a few of the foods that you would maybe not have in a diet normally, that would kind of help you guys have a little bit of mental ease and be able to have some of that food. The other thing that I want is how many days you would like to have a diet plan for. Anyone who's done a past challenge or a lot of our programs, is we'll work different plans as far as a 3-day diet plan. Luma, peanut butter. Oh, everybody wants peanut butter. Peanut butter goes good on everything. So we'll do like a 3-day meal plan, a 4-day meal plan. Oh, I had a good weekend. It was good. You guys are going to end up having the option for you guys as far as how many days you guys want this meal plan to be. So right now I want you to start thinking about it. Chocolate. Oh yeah, chocolate. Everybody loves. Oh, bread. You guys are speaking my language. So yep, all this stuff. Cheese. Oh, more. That's my dog right there. Well, the bread and cheese right together. Any combination of the two. Sushi. Yep. Dang, we got some food lovers in and out. Okay, this is when we start talking about food. Oh, bacon. You guys are quick to talk about food. Okay, so you guys are going to have the option of how many days you want. I'm simple. I would like to just have a 1-day meal plan, maybe 2-day meal plan, but I really like it to be easy to get the food, to prep it. As long as the food, if I have a little bit of variety throughout the day, I don't like to change things up or mix it up too much. But that's up to you guys. So you can go up to a 3-day plan. So I want you guys to start thinking now between 1 and 3 days. All right. So you guys have already put down the foods that you guys are going to want to work in, and you guys are going to be putting in how many days you guys want the meal plan for. The other thing that we're going to go through is how to search the foods and how to use the app completely also. So we're up to about 72 people. So there's still a lot of people that aren't on here, but hopefully they jump on soon and they can get some of the info. So we're going to start knocking it out. I'm going to have Chris go through, and the way that we're going to do it right now is I want you guys, before he does it, you guys should have the things that I just said. So you guys should have how many days you want your meal plan to be for, what kind of foods you'd like worked in, and you should have already downloaded the app. So MyFitnessPal, it's just a free version. If you guys haven't done that, let's do that now. I'll give you guys a minute to do it. Once you guys have that, I want you guys to, April, what's up? Jenny, did you send the macro calculator? Yep. So if you guys didn't, if for whatever reason you guys haven't got the macro calculator yet, on this page, you guys can go and search by Tom's last name. He posted it. So Piazza, type that in and you guys will see the post, and you guys can just use it right now. So go on there and just pull it up right now before we even get started. Yep. What Valerie said. It's on the Facebook page. So right on the Facebook page, you guys can pull up the macro calculator and you guys can get it set up right now. You want it? Yeah. So anyone that for whatever reason, if you guys haven't set up the macro calculator, then right now just go on the page. Like one of the comments above was saying, it's on the Facebook page. So just go on right now and yep, MyFitnessPal. Yep. So go on the page right now and you guys can just open that macro calculator. It just takes a second for you guys to do it. It doesn't take hardly any time. It's going to establish what your base macros are going to be based on your activity, and it only takes a second. So you guys can do that right now. Yep, MyFitnessPal is the app. So you guys can go to the App Store, and if you guys haven't downloaded it, I want you guys to do that now. Just called MyFitnessPal, and go ahead and download that app. So since it seems like there was some technical difficulty and some people don't have what they need to be set up, I'm going to give you guys a minute to do that so that you guys don't fall behind. Patricia, all done. Okay, so how many people, gin and tonic? Oh, wow, I like it. We went from pizza, oh, alcohol, you guys... Oh, can you guys see me? I was cutting out. Can't get it. Can't find the calculator. It's going to be hard for me to look. Valerie, how long this will take? Well, oh, Victoria's getting it. Yeah, this shouldn't take that long. 5 minutes, show you guys kind of how everything works. But right now I'm just trying to make sure that everybody has the calculator, and that everybody has the app. Cool. So Tammy has MyFitnessPal and the macros calculated. Good. Okay. So somebody's saying that they feel like the calories that they're giving are high. So all of this is going to be a starting point, and you guys can go either direction. Facebook page, Facebook. Yep. Okay. So people are getting it right now. And so we can end up pulling those things back. So right now I just want you guys to calculate them, and what you can do is change your TDE by basically, if you put in there that you were very active, you can pull out some of your activity and that'll change it as well. The more active you say you are, the more calories it's going to give you. You don't have the app and where to find the calculator. Okay, the app just in the App Store. So MyFitnessPal. And the calculator is on the page, so it's apparently there was some technical difficulty with the stuff being put out. So if you look up Tom Piazza, so if you scroll down, I'm looking at Chris's right now. So let's see if we can see it on here. Oh, you guys able to see that? It's on the 30-day. See, it says macro calculator. Tom, it's under Tom Piazza. Yep, on October 28th. Yeah, so as far as the conversions, you guys can do that any way you guys want. Like someone was saying that you can do a regular conversion off Google. It's a basic calculator or conversion metric that'll change it. All right, so right now, even if you guys are still downloading it, um, I'm gonna get started to try to show you guys this because I know some people can't be on here for a long time. So, um, the calculator didn't allow you to input your info.
They have to make sure they put it up here.
So make sure that you guys put it in at the top. So when you guys, it'll say FX next to it. It's going to be at the top. Don't try to put it in the box. Okay. Don't. So at the very top, it'll have the FX, and you guys can put it there. The actual individual boxes, you would tap on that and then input the information on the top. Okay, so I'm hoping that a lot of you guys have that stuff set. And what I want to start doing, no, you can do it. It doesn't have to be a PC. It can be done. It can be done from the phone. But I'm not sure if it's not opening right for some people. But Chris is on his phone doing it right now, just making sure that it works okay. Okay, so yeah, Drea, I can't. I can see if I can actually have Nadia do that real quick. So let me have Nadia add somebody. So you're saying somebody wants it just requested now?
I'll do it.
So Nadia's going to bring them in right now. So Lillian wanted to talk about the TDEE. I don't know how much you want me to talk about it. I kind of want to keep things basic, but basically that's a way to calculate the metric for calories consumed based on activity and the individual. So somebody that's heavier, or somebody that's younger, or older, or more active or less active. So it's gonna, in a very basic way, it's that's kind of what it does, and it gives you an idea of what you should be consuming based on that for your goal. You can't input your information in the spreadsheet. Might be the same problem that one of the last people said, is if you're trying to put it in the boxes right next to it, it doesn't work that way. It's like a spreadsheet, so you have to put it at the top. So if that box at the top, you'll click on the box that you want to input it, and then you would input it at the top part. All right, so I'm going to have Chris kind of take over, and he's going to start going through. And basically, at this point, you guys, if you guys are still having trouble with the calculator, I can, I guess, answer any questions that you guys have, but it should be pretty simple. But what I really want to do is start working on how the app works and how to input the foods and how the diet's supposed to be laid out. And that way you guys, everyone's able to kind of see that stuff. So real quick before he ends up doing that, give you guys another minute to do what you guys are supposed to be doing with the calculator. Giving you guys kind of an idea, like I said, this challenge is different, and what it is it's going to be a lot more flexible as far as meal options and food. It's going to be a lot more flexible on where you guys can work out, checking into the workouts and things like that. So I'm going to explain some of those differences. So you guys will see over here, it says HCF. Let me see, it's right behind me. So this here it says HCF Fit Squad, and then it says 1 of 13, 1 of 22. That's going to basically be what it looks like for when you guys check into the workouts. So normally people that do our challenges get discouraged if they're out of town because there's team events. There's a lot of stuff that requires them to be here. And we didn't want to have that limitation. We want you guys to be successful no matter where you guys are at. It's backwards. I know. I don't know what to do about that. But I'll just kind of explain it. Luma, I know it's backwards. You guys are killing me. Okay, so you guys can check in anywhere. The way it'll work is you guys have a set amount of cardio sessions you're supposed to do. So like I showed on the board, even though it was backwards, it was 1 of 13. The other one was 1 of 22. So you're supposed to do 13 cardio sessions from day 1 of the challenge to the end. Okay, so over that 30-day period, you have 13 cardio sessions, and then you have 22 workouts. So the way it would work is each team, Maggie, oh my God, you guys with this backwards thing. I'm going to find a way to make it not backwards because this is really upsetting you guys. So you guys are going to check in, and you guys, thank you, Maggie. you guys are going to have a unique hashtag to your team, and it's going to start with HCF. Mila, okay, so let me finish explaining this stuff, and then we'll go back to the calculator. Okay, so I'm you guys with the calculator. You guys just at this point go and search under Tom Piazza. It's on there. I think somebody was saying it was posted on the 28th. It's right here on this page, so you don't even have to go anywhere else. But I got to try and keep going through this stuff. So people that are just coming in now, try to look back through the comments, and you guys can see some of these things that have already been asked. But I got to try to keep it rolling forward, because if I spend more time on the calculator and don't get to this stuff, this is going to take a long time, and people won't be able to stay on. So back to the check-ins to make it real easy. You guys are going to have your unique hashtag. That's going to be hashtag HCF. And then it's going to be your team name behind it. You guys are going to use that to check in for your workouts and for your cardio. Okay, so you guys are going to have your first workout. It averages to about 3 cardio sessions a week and 5 actual workouts a week. So when you show up to the gym for the first day, you can just check into Hardcore Fitness if this is where you're at. All right, so you would check in, and then you would do hashtag HCF Fit Squad if that's the name of your team. So that would be your hashtag. So you would check in, you would hashtag it, and then the comment would be 1 of 22. Then the next day that you work out, it would be 2 of 22. So this is a way for us to track it and make sure that you are actually doing each one. Okay. Now people were saying, what if you're out of town? So you guys can check in at any gym. It doesn't have to be our gym. If you're out of town visiting your family, if you guys are somewhere else, you can check in at that gym. So it either needs to be a picture of you working out or a check-in at the gym. If it's an actual gym and it's just geolocating you and it's proving that you're there at a gym, then you can just check in. If you guys are doing a workout in your garage, if you're working out at home, if you're doing cardio at home, those things would be a picture. So you could do just a picture of the calories burned, and that makes it easy, and you guys can just do it that way using any sort of app or anything that you guys want to end up using. So that it works that way with the cardio, and it works that way. Yes, all check-ins are on Facebook. So that stuff makes it real easy. You guys can work out anywhere. You can be at your grandma's house, and you guys can work out in the garage. You can go for a run. Maggie's saying you're in New York until the 7th of November. So that makes still very easy. You guys can still do, you can still work out anywhere. Work out at a friend's house, work out at a gym there. And the team aspect is going to be helping you stay accountable. No matter where you guys are at, a lot of you guys travel for work and know where there's a will, there's a way. If you guys want to make it work, you guys can make it work. So that's kind of what this is we know everyone's life is going to be crazy during the holidays. But this is flexible enough to where you can do it in any way. You can go for a run wherever you're at. You guys can do body weight workouts. If you guys need ideas of stuff, I'll post up different workouts that you guys could do with whatever equipment you guys have. Laura, if you worked out twice in one day, can you do 1 of 22 and 2 of 22? Yeah, so you can. It doesn't have to be spread out. So if the reason it's a set number overall and not just weekly is for some of those people that are like, all right, I was sick during this period of time, or when I was out of town, I thought I was going to be able to work out, but something happened. Again, with the unpredictable nature of the holidays, is you guys just have this overall goal. And you guys can still, even if you miss, you guys can catch up and end up doing it. And the way that your body works is it's not how many calories you burned in a workout or how much you ate in one meal. Your body, basically, it's how much you do over a week period, a month period, 2 months. So it really, as long as you guys get it all in, you guys will be in a good spot. Tell Nadia to send out her 1,000 rep workout. I don't think anybody wants that, but I could have her do that. Laura, as a workout with a trainer, count towards the HCF workout. Yeah, so that could still be a workout. Carol, have an assessment tomorrow with Jake. Can he help with all the download? Yeah, he can help for sure. So, and we can help at any time. So after this is done, you guys can go back and watch this. It'll stay on the page. And then if you guys want more help one-on-one, you guys can hit us up, and we can do it too. Okay, so everyone get the check-ins. So that's how the check-ins are going to work. Pretty simple. That's what keeps you accountable. The team aspect, a lot of people are wondering if the team is if everyone's going to have certain events that they're going to have to show up to. No, we're going to do certain fun events where we can get the teams together, but you're not required to do it because, again, we know people are going to be out of town. Things are going to be going on. So you guys don't have to show up to those things. So All right, so we've given some time for everybody to be kind of where they need to be. So Chris is going to walk through it now. So everybody that has the app downloaded, look at Chris.
What's up, guys?
He looks so pretty. So once you guys, now that you guys have the app open, you guys should know kind of how many days you guys want to do the plan for, kind of have an idea of some of the foods you want to work in. Now Chris is going to kind of walk you guys through it. So,
All right, guys. So I'm gonna try to do this so you guys can see it. So I'm gonna open up MyFitnessPal. Okay, that's your home screen. That's what you should see right when you open it. After you guys create a sign in with your email and all that and sign up, this is what you're gonna see. It's a blank. Chris rocks too. It's a blank slate on what your daily meals are gonna be once you fill them in there. All right, as you can see, we have a breakfast, a lunch section, a dinner section, and a snack section. All right, those are the things you're going to be working with there, and that's where you're going to be inputting all your meals. So if I miss on anything, Larry, elaborate for me. So what I want you guys to do is now that you guys have figured out what your macros are going to be, I want you guys to go up on the tab on the top left. That's going to bring down a tab that says diary, home, goals, all that stuff. Crispy. So once you guys bring up that tab, I want you guys to go to the section that says goals. So I'm going to click on goals. All right. So you guys are still with me? All right. So I'm under goals on that tab on the top left. All right. Once you guys hit goals, you guys are not going to pay attention to any of the stuff on top here. What you guys are going to scroll down to is to calorie and macronutrient goals. Okay. So find that there. It says calorie and macronutrient goals. And then once you guys see that, you guys are going to click on that tab. Alright? That tab is going to show you calories, carbs, proteins, and fats. Okay? I want to make sure everybody okay so far? Did anybody have any questions on how to get there? Are we good?
And before he moves on to, I see a lot of questions coming in, and we can get to them as soon as he's done. But if everyone asks questions at the same time, and we keep going all over the place, we're going to lose track of where we're at, and it's going to be hard to streamline this. So at the end, yeah. So everyone, all the questions you guys keep asking, we'll answer them at the end.
All right, guys. So we're on this page still. All right. So once you guys are on this page, I want you to click on carbohydrates. Okay, when you click on carbohydrates, it's going to bring up another screen where you see a set of percentages that fall under carbs, proteins, and fats. Okay, so once you guys get to that page, you guys are going to manipulate the percentages to reach 100 based on your macros. So if I start with carbs and I go down to 25%, you guys are going to see that the grams on top are going to change to a lower number. I've already manipulated my percentages to match what my macros are. So my macros are 220 grams of carbs, 160 grams of protein, and 110 grams of fat. As you can see, on the top, the fat says 113, the protein says 159, and the carb says 223. So I'm within 5 grams of my goal under these macros. So I'm okay there. So again, my carb goal is 220 grams. It says 223, but that's okay. My protein goal is 160 grams. It's at 159 there, so that's okay. And for my fat, my goal is 110 grams, but it says 113. That's okay, because once we start filling out all the food, it's hard to perfectly match gram for gram anyway. So as long as we're within 5 grams of our goal, we're doing good. All right, so at the bottom, you're going to see the percentage. You guys are going to, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a little glary. But on the bottom right, it's going to have the percentage. So I want you guys to manipulate the percentages to match your macros and add up to 100% at the bottom. All right, this is just going to be a guideline. This is not, it's just so that later on when I go to enter all your meals, next to all the grams, it kind of will show you your goal for the day as well. Is it okay if it doesn't equal 100? Plugged mine in and it's 90. So you're going to want to kind of lower something else, and then like let's say I'm at 20 here and 50% here. Here I'm at 105, so I went over. So I'm at 105. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower 1 about 2% and then up another one by 5 so that I get as close as possible to my goal. Remember, as long as you're within 5%, as long as you're within 5 grams of each protein, carb, and fat, you're on the right track. Does anybody have any questions right now on this screen here? Also, guys, I want you guys to write down what your macros are. So you guys, your proteins, carbs, and fats and calories, you guys should have that on a sheet of paper. You guys should have that on your notes. You guys should know those numbers every day during this challenge, in case you guys have to make swaps or you guys have to, make a change with your diet. Let's say for some reason something comes up and you can't eat what you had planned out on your diet plan. You need to be able to have those numbers on you so that you can change things if that needs to happen. Mine equals 100, but the calories don't match the spreadsheet. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine, Jennifer. That's fine. As long as you have it somewhat close to your goal, that's all we want, because it's just a reference. The group list, okay. All right, so once you guys get that, I want you guys to go back, hit the back arrow, go back to the tab that says goals, and go to home. All right, that should take you to the first screen that we had in the beginning once you guys open the app. Are we doing 6 meals a day? That's another question. It all depends on you. You can do 6 meals a day if you have time for it. I'm a 3 meal type of guy, so I spread my macros out within 3 meals, but you don't necessarily have to do 6 meals unless you're doing the reverse challenge, right? The reverse diet.
Yeah, and even still, even if so, like I said, is everyone's going to be at a different place. But kind of what Chris was saying is different things work better for different people. So say you prefer to have a larger meal where you can put more of your macros into it to have something that's more flexible, something that would be foods that you crave a little more or have a larger portion. If that gives you that feeling of satiety of being full and being feeling better personally, and your body responds well to it, then you're somebody who may want to do less meals. I personally respond better to more meals. Not only do I feel more full, but my body responds better, but everybody's going to be different. So this is a way for you guys to learn what works for you. So kind of think about that and think, if I had enough calories, instead of eating 6 meals, you could end up doing 3, and each one of those meals could have twice the macros, twice the calories. So you could have a bigger meal. You could have something that's the chocolate, the pizza, and all the other stuff that you guys said you wanted worked in there is easier to work in when you do less meals.
Another question was, do we have to download premium to get the macronutrient option? You don't have to download the premium. You can do it just with a regular app without downloading premium. All right, guys. So now I'm going to go into showing you guys how to enter each individual meal and each individual thing that you guys eat throughout the day. So we're going to plan ahead. We're gonna basically plan our day for tomorrow based on our macros. Okay, so I'm gonna start on a fresh page. You guys are gonna see your calories at the top right, and then you guys are gonna see food 0 and exercise at 0. That's basically a blank slate. You haven't entered any food, but what you're doing right now is you're basically planning for the day tomorrow. So
yeah, and before Chris goes on, some people that do flexible dieting, macros, they just do it daily. So some of you guys, if you guys start to mention this and you have friends say things about, oh, I do flexible dieting or I do a macro-based diet and I don't plan mine out. I just eat things as I want to and I put my numbers in and I make them match by the end of the day. The reason we don't want you guys doing that is you have to have a fairly good grasp on what the macro values are for different foods to be able to do that. You guys would be setting yourself up for failure in the beginning because you're going to end up going through and eating a certain amount of food and run out of macros halfway through the day and then be really hungry and be frustrated. So what this is going to do is you're basically building out that meal plan again between 1 and 3 days, using those numbers and planning ahead. And that way you guys over time are going to start to learn these numbers. And if you choose to just go through the day and eat as you like and build out your numbers as you go and total them up at the end, you guys can do that. But right now the reason we're not doing that is because it's easy to fail when you don't really understand the values. So for this 30-day challenge, I don't want you guys doing it that way.
can we flip the camera around? Is there a way to do that?
I'm not really sure how that works.
There you go. So now they can see it now they can see it. Not they don't have to see it backwards. So now you guys can see it the right way. All right. So we're on this page here, guys. So based on your guys' macros, you guys are gonna choose what you guys are gonna have for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks in between. All right. There's two ways of entering food. One way is entering it manually, and another way is by scanning. All right, I'm going to show you guys how to scan first because that seems to be the easier option. So for breakfast, I'm going to go ahead and go to breakfast. And as you can see, I have a bunch of things that I've already eaten. Once you guys log a certain food item, it's going to store it. So if you guys are building up another day, you guys can go ahead and go back to that option next time you guys are trying to figure out what you guys want to eat in the day. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and scan one of my favorite breakfast items, which is oatmeal. So as you guys can see, on the top right of the MyFitnessPal app, there's a little barcode here. Okay, that little barcode is going to allow you to scan the food that you're going to eat, and it's going to enter all the macronutrients base that food has. So I'm going to go ahead and click the scanner, and I'm going to grab one of my foods that I like to eat. So if I'm going to have one packet of OatFit oatmeal, I'm going to go ahead and find the barcode, which is on the bottom. I'm going to take my MyFitnessPal app, put the barcode over the red bar, and it shows you here. It says, Chris, if you have one of these packets, which is one serving, one pouch, it has 18 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fat, and 3 grams of protein, and 100 calories. And it basically tells you everything. So you're gonna say, okay, yeah, that's what I want to eat. On the top right, I hit check mark, and it adds it to my breakfast. Okay, so now under food, it says 100 calories because that's exactly how many calories that packet of oatmeal had. And then if you want to look at the macros on it again, you click on it, and it shows you again 18 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fat, 3 grams of protein. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and hit the back button. So I know I'm gonna have. Does it scan the HN protein?
If whatever it doesn't have, you can enter it into the database. So the thing about MyFitnessPal is it's a community share app, so people can upload anything. They have human soul someone put in there. Apparently it's only 1,000 calories, but it's kind of funny. People can put whatever they want in there. So I'm actually not sure how many different entries there are for HN, but it is in there. So just make sure whatever you guys scan, that it actually matches what the box says. So the first time you guys use it, if you find our protein or you find anything else, make sure that you guys always compare to make sure that it is accurate.
Someone said, where do you buy that oatmeal? I got this oatmeal at Target, I believe. They sell it at Target.
Boy, got the Orange Light special for $2.50. Okay?
I'm on a budget right now. When you're eating as much as me, you're definitely trying to be on a budget. All right, so that's my oatmeal. So we have a spreadsheet that is also on the page where you guys figured out your macros. So I'm going to go ahead and open it, where it tells you the approved foods that you can have. Okay, so basically the way I'm going to structure my meals is to have a little bit of carbs, a little bit of protein, and a little bit of fat. All right, that's the way I generally base all my meals. And at the end, I finesse it. So we have a page here that tells you what proteins are generally used for what you're gonna eat, and then also your carbs. So as you can see there's oats, and this oatmeal obviously falls into a carbohydrate. So if I go back to MyFitnessPal, you're gonna see that this oatmeal, it's hard to, let's see, is generally comprised of mostly carbs. So oats is on that carb list. So you guys are going to pick something from protein, something from carbs, something from fats to build each individual meal that you guys have.
Yeah, and when Chris was showing you those meals, those are the preferred meals, methods of the foods that we want you guys to eat. You guys can work anything you want in there. If it was pizza or whatever it is, but the foods that we have on that list are going to be the clean, easiest options that mainly kind of make up that category. So they're going to be easiest to fit into your numbers. You're going to be able to have larger values of those kind of things, larger portions. But you guys don't have to eat only what's on that list. Those are just good examples of what those foods are.
Yeah, and someone said they can follow me on MyFitnessPal and track what I eat. I don't know if that's a great idea right now.
His is Skittles and fried chicken, but
but I'm tracking, which is a good thing. Okay, tracking is the best way to do this. So again, going back to my breakfast. Now that I have a carbohydrate in place, I'm going to go ahead and enter my protein. Generally in the morning we all tend to have eggs. So on the top, when I add another entry, all I'm going to do is hit the add food button. Okay? Once I get the add food button, obviously, if you take the eggs out of the carton, you're not going to have anything to scan. So there's a bar on the top that says search for food. I'm going to go ahead and click on that tab, and I'm going to type in eggs. Okay, and I'm going to hit the search button on the bottom. So boom, I search and I see here a list of a lot of eggs here. You're going to see that when you guys go ahead and search for food, you guys are going to see a lot of different options. Make sure that you guys kind of scroll down, and if one of these says, egg, one large egg, 1,000 calories, that's obviously not right. Okay, so you guys generally, for the most part, a lot of these are correct. So for instance, for right now, I'm going to choose this one large egg. All right, so once I click one large egg, it takes you to a different screen. It says it obviously gives you all your macros. For one large egg, it has 0.4 grams of carbs, 4.8 grams of fat, and 6.3 grams of protein. You guys can change the what do you call this? You can change the serving size on this tab here. Okay, so let's say, for the sake of, actually, you know what? I'm not going to do it for this one. I'm gonna keep this one with one egg. I'll show you guys a different way of doing that. So, serving size is going to be one egg, and let's say in the morning I'm gonna have let's say 2 eggs. Okay, you change the serving size on that screen here again. So number of servings, I'm gonna click that, and I'm gonna go 2. So I'm gonna enter 2 eggs and hit save. Okay, the macros change now. 12 grams of protein, 9 grams of fat, 0.7 grams of carbs. I'm gonna make sure everybody's on track here. Okay, so 2 eggs. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the check mark button to add that. And I know that eggs generally carry a lot of fat if you have them with the yolk. So I'm going to have 2 full eggs, and then the rest of my protein, because with this meal I'm only having 12 grams, which is not enough for me. The rest of my protein I'm going to grab from just regular egg whites. So what I do is I use the Kirkland egg whites. So I'm going to search Kirkland, there it is. KI, it's already saved, but if you search it, it'll pop up, it'll say Kirkland egg whites. I'm going to go ahead and click that. And another thing, guys, it's really important that you guys have a scale with you, because it's the only way that you guys are going to be able to measure out exactly how much you guys are going to have. So under serving size, let's say I want to do, instead of ounces, I want to measure this in cups. All right, so by default it gives you ounces. To change it to cups, you hit this tab here, you scroll down, and it says cups here. Grams, ounces, tablespoons. You have different methods of weighing out your food. So if you don't have a measuring cup, and you have a scale, and it says grams, you can go ahead and use the grams method. If you have tablespoons and you don't have your scale's broken or doesn't have batteries and you know you got to eat, you're going to be measuring 3 tablespoons at a time. Okay, so there's different options here for that. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and change it to a cup. So let's say that I want to have 1 cup of this. So I'm going to do cups. I'm going to enter 1 for the serving size, hit save, and it's going to tell me that 1 cup of Kirkland egg whites is going to have 26 grams of protein, 0 fat, and 0 carbs. So this is a great source of just protein. So I'm going to go ahead and enter that, 20 Twix. Someone said 20 Twix. How about the amazing protein brownies? We'll get to all that in a minute. They have the macros on the box. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add 1 cup of egg whites. Boom, there's my 1 cup. Again, my food, my calories remaining changes, and my food calories change. So right now, if I scroll down, all the way down, there's a tab down here that says nutrition. I don't know if you guys can see that. There, nutrition on the bottom. So again, from the top, if you scroll down on the app, it shows you nutrition. Going back to how when I set my goal in the beginning, when I told you guys to change the percentages, it starts to track. Okay, Chris, you've had 42 grams of protein. Your goal is 210 grams. You have 168 grams left to consume. Okay, again, for my carbs, I've consumed 19 grams. My goal is 210. For fat, I've consumed 12 grams, and my goal is 80. So I'm going to go back, and I generally like to have some sort of fat with my meal as well. So I'm going to go ahead and, if I didn't know what fats to consume, I would go to my spreadsheet. I'd go under fats, and let's say that I want to have some peanut butter. All right, because peanut butter is under the fat section. So I'm going to go back to MyFitnessPal. I'm going to go to add food. I'm going to go to search for food. I'm going to type in peanut butter, and there it is. There's different ones. I use Skippy, so let's say I'm going to tap on Skippy, and I'm going to change, let's say that I can only measure out a tablespoon. So I'm going to go down to the serving size, and again, there's tablespoon. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to hit 2 tablespoons. And it's a little confusing here. Well, you say, okay, I only want to have 1 tablespoon. How do I do that? You're going to go to serving size, and you're going to go to 0.5, because 0.5 of 2 tablespoons is obviously 1 tablespoon. So let's say I want to have 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. I hit save. I hit the check mark button on the top. It gives me my macros: 3.5 grams of carbs, 8 grams of fat, 3.5 grams of protein, and I hit enter. So now I've built up my breakfast for tomorrow. I'm going to have a packet of oatmeal. I'm going to have 2 large eggs. I'm going to have a cup of Kirkland egg whites and a tablespoon of peanut butter. And right now, because my carbs are a little bit higher, I want something to accompany my peanut butter. So I'm going to go to add food, and I'm going to throw in a piece of bread. So I'm going to type in bread. I usually use 3-seed oat nut or 12-grain bread. So I'm going to use 3-seed oat nut, and I'm going to do 1 slice. So again, I hit 3-seed oat nut. Serving size is 1. Under number of servings, what was saved was 2. So I'm going to change that to 1 because I only want to have 1 slice of bread. I'm going to hit the check mark. It's going to save it. And there's my breakfast for, let's say, tomorrow. I'm going to have oatmeal, 2 large eggs, 1 cup of Kirkland egg whites, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, and a 3-seed oat nut piece of bread. I'm going to have 1 slice. All right, so for those of you that love peanut butter, there you go. You can have peanut butter for breakfast. Now, at the bottom, when I go to my nutrition, all these numbers are starting to change as I enter all the food. So keep note that you guys don't go over, or you guys don't stay under what your goal is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and build out my lunch now. So tomorrow for lunch, I'm going to go under the lunch menu, under the lunch tab. I'm going to hit add food. And let's say that I want to... Can I get a chair here? Yeah. Like standing up. Hold on 1 second, guys. So for lunch, before I move into lunch, does anybody have any questions on the breakfast portion and how to add stuff and how to scan? No, I think we're good. Awesome, guys. All right. So moving on to lunch. For lunch, generally, I don't know how you guys are, but I generally like to have, a piece of chicken. How do we add more meals? You only get 3 tabs: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But you can add as much food as you want under breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So somebody just asked, how do we add more meals? Going back to breakfast, let's say I had 2 meals during breakfast time. All I'm going to do is I'm going to keep adding food and add what I'm going to have after this meal under breakfast. So even though there's only 3 sections to add food, you can add as much food as you guys desire under each tab. So if I'm going to have another meal here, even if I had, let's say that my next meal, small meal, I wanted to have a piece of chicken breast after breakfast, I would go, still under breakfast, I would go to add food, and I would type in chicken breast. So chicken breast, okay? Chicken breast, 2.5 ounces. I'm going to click on that. This is the serving size is measured per ounce. So I'm going to grab my scale and I'm going to measure out my chicken. Let's say I want to have a really small meal. I'm going to have 2.5 ounces. So under number of servings, 2.5. I hit enter. And let's say with that, I want to have a little bit of brown rice just to keep me full throughout the day. So I'm going to go brown space rice. I'm going to hit search. And there it is, brown rice at the top, 100 grams. So I'm going to click on that. Let's say that I'm going to use ounces for that, because I just measured my chicken and my chicken's under ounces. So I'm going to go click on ounces. I'm going to hit save, and let's say I'm going to do 3 ounces of chicken breast. Save, enter. So under breakfast now, I have 2 separate meals. So that's how you would work that in. Alright, so to answer that question, Chris, can you turn the app sideways to get your macros by meal? Yeah, do that. It's just a little bit harder because it's the video is vertical, but per meal, you guys can see that all my macros are there. So breakfast, calories that I've consumed, 1,079, carbs that I've consumed, 58. Fats that I've consumed, 26. Protein that I've consumed, 118, just for breakfast. Alright, so that's how, if you guys want to see that, you guys can turn your phone sideways and it shows you your macros per meal. So I'm going to flip it back vertical because I think it's a little bit easier to see that way. So moving on to lunch. For lunch, let's say that for some reason, you know, I'm having a holiday party for some reason, and you know, being Hispanic, my parents are gonna make some carne asada. Okay, so I'm gonna have some carne asada, and I'm gonna have some guacamole, and I'm gonna have, you know, some stuff that isn't generally chicken breast and brown rice. So the way I would do that is, what did someone else mention out there that they want to have? What were some of the things?
Pizza. A lot of people pizza.
Okay,
so,
pizza. Okay, so let's say I'm going to have a slice of pizza for lunch. All right, so for lunch, I'm going to go to the lunch tab. I'm going to type at the top. I'm going to search. Let's say that I have Domino's, a slice of Domino's pizza. So I'm going to go search at the top. Literally, this is real, guys. Domino's. I don't even know. Is it with a Z?
It's S.
Is it Domino's with this? Homemade tamales. Domino's pizza. So search. Boom, there it is. Domino's actually has a menu here, okay? So that's going to be like the most legit form of macros you can get from Domino's. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Domino's, and it's going to show me 8 wings, barbecue chicken wings, Dorito nachos, hot wings. So I'm searching for pizza. So I'm going to go down. 8 boneless chicken Alfredo dish. Pizza, there it is. So I'm going to go to, I'm going to search for a regular pizza, Memphis style. They have a lot of options here. Crunchy thin crust. Sorry if I'm making everybody hungry right now. Here, let's just do an extra large pizza. So extra large. There it is. Boom. 1 serving. Well, that one didn't work out. So again, if I have 1 serving of this and it says 000, obviously that's not something that's gonna work out. It's not correct. So I'm gonna search for a different option. Again, if I don't find what I'm looking for here, my next option would be to just type in pizza at the top again. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna hit Domino's Pizza, and I'm gonna see here it says pepperoni pizza, Domino's, 1 slice. So I didn't find it under the Domino's menu, but I found it down here. So pepperoni pizza, 1 slice, 300 calories. So that pizza, for that one slice, guys, for that one slice of pepperoni pizza, we're having 34 grams of carbs, 12 grams of fat, and 12 grams of protein. Okay, 34 grams of fat, just to give you an idea, is about half a cup of brown rice. Okay, so if you guys want to go ahead and compare, if you're somebody that is very hungry throughout the day, that's why we tell you not to consume, a slice of pizza, because that one slice of pizza is not going to fill you up, as opposed to half a cup of brown rice. So it's volume eating. So if you have a half a cup of brown rice, that's going to make you a lot more satisfied as far as feeling full than one slice of pizza. That one slice of pizza is going to taste very, very, very good, but you're still going to stay hungry. But for the sake of showing you guys, I'm going to my family's house and I'm going to have a slice of pizza. So I found my slice of pizza. I'm going to go ahead and add that to my lunch. Boom, one slice of pizza. I'm also going to have, let's say, buy pizza. How can you have one slice? I can't, I guess. Just stay away. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and have some carne asada. So I'm going to go search. I'm going to type in, let's say I'm going to have a carne asada taco. Okay? Because I can't just have carne asada by itself. I'm going to have a carne asada taco. I'm going to go ahead and hit carne asada taco. So one taco here is, I'm going to change this to one serving. To get the macros on one, I'm going to change the serving to one. Serving size one taco has 13 grams of fat, 13 grams of carbs, 3.5 grams of fat, 9 grams of protein. So let's say I have 3 tacos. So I'm going to enter 3 tacos, hit save, hit the check mark. So far for lunch, tomorrow I'm going to consume, I know I'm going to consume 1 slice of pizza, 3 carne asada tacos, and let's say I'm going to have some guac. So I'm going to go guacamole. I don't even know how to spell guac. Guacamole. Search. There it is. 1 container, 1 tablespoon, tostada with guacamole. There's a lot of different options. I'm going to trust the one that Costco has up here. So they have it by package, so if actually that wouldn't work. Again, you guys are going to have to go through all these and kind of see what makes sense. Obviously, I'm not consuming, I don't know what a packet of Costco guac is, so I'm not going to use that one. I would just go back. And what I would do in this instance is I would weigh the amount of guac that I had. So let's say I grab my scale, or let's say that I go to my mom's house and she has a scale there, or I take my scale with me. I'm gonna grab some guac. I'm gonna put it in a container. Make sure I zero out the scale. Put the guac on top of the scale, and let's say it gives me ounces. So I'm gonna go ahead and search. This is another 1 container. So let's go back. Let's find one that's, let's just use the we have one here, Chipotle guacamole. Everyone knows what that looks like. My mom's guac kind of looks the same as the Chipotle one. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. So I'm gonna change this to 1 ounce because I'm weighing out ounces. And let's say that I take my mom's scale and I have, let's say I like guac, so let's say I have 5 ounces of it, or let's do a little bit less. Let's say I have 4 ounces of guacamole. I'm gonna hit save. 4 ounces of guac has 10 grams of carbs, 21 grams of fat, and 2.7 grams of protein. I'm gonna go ahead and hit add. If you're Hispanic, why do you say guacamole like I do? Okay, so so far for lunch, I'm having pepperoni pizza, carne asada taco, and guacamole. Okay, I'm gonna go down to my nutrition, and because I've had some dirty foods in there, you guys are gonna see that my carbs have spiked pretty high. Aside from my breakfast, so after breakfast, those carbs spiked to 142. My fat spiked to 70. My goal for the day is 80. Okay, so I'm kind of in trouble here. That's why we tell you guys that if you guys are gonna have dirty foods like that, you guys have to be aware that those dirty foods, for less amount of food, you're gonna have more fats and more carbs for that meal. So I basically used up all my fats for the tortilla that I had and for the 3 ounces of guac that I had for lunch and in the cheese. Okay, because anything dairy is going to have a lot of fat. So when I plan the rest of my day, I have to be mindful that I only have 10 grams of fat left throughout the rest of my day. So I'm mainly only going to consume carbs and proteins. Best lunch ever. And if you guys find yourself having a problem with not being able to map out the rest of your day because 10 grams of fat isn't enough of a cushion to have any food for dinner, you guys are gonna have to cut back on the taco. Okay, so you guys are gonna, instead of having 3 tacos, I'm gonna cut that back to 2. Okay, so I'm gonna figure that out in a minute. So I'm gonna go back, and now for my dinner, I'm gonna map out my dinner, knowing that I only can consume mostly carbs and protein. So I'm gonna go back to my spreadsheet and I'm gonna look. Okay, I need some ideas for protein. I'm gonna go ahead and do. Let's say I'm gonna have protein powder because I know that's mostly pure protein. So I'm gonna go back to my Fitness Pal. I'm gonna scroll down to dinner, and for dinner, I'm gonna search in protein. So, not protein style, animal style burger. That's not what I'm looking for. Protein, regular protein. So I'm gonna search for protein. Protein. A lot of stuff came up. All right. So obviously this isn't a good option to search for. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it a step further. So I'm gonna go protein. Let's say what's a good brand of protein besides H&N Subs?
You'd say like BSN or something.
Okay, let's do like protein. Let's say I have BSN protein powder. I'm gonna search protein BSN. There it is. Comes up the first one. So let's say that I have this protein. Again, guys, I can also scan my protein. So if I have the protein at home and I type the scanner on the top right, I can scan that protein and it'll pop right up. But for the sake of just searching it, I found my BSN protein, 1 scoop. 1 scoop has 15 grams of carbs, 22 grams of protein, and 6 grams of fat. I only have 10 grams of fat left. Okay, so after I add this 1 scoop, I only have 4 grams left, and I'm mindful of that. I'm going to add this to my dinner. So now mostly I'm going to just consume chicken protein and carbs. Again, I'm going to search for something for dinner. I'm going to go to my spreadsheet again and see what else I could have for dinner. I'm going to search for, let's say I want to do, let's say I'll have just egg whites because I know that's also just protein. So I'll go down back to my Fitness Pal. For dinner, I'll search, I know that I had Kirkland egg whites for breakfast, so I'm going to look for those again. Kirkland, let's see, I'm going to search egg whites. Scrambled egg, liquid egg whites, all whites. There's a bunch of different kinds. I'm going to search for Kirkland. There they are. So Kirkland egg whites. I'm going to go ahead and hit Kirkland egg whites. 3 tablespoons. I'm going to change that to cups. Hit save. I'm going to have 1 cup. Let's say I have 1 cup of egg whites. 26 grams of protein. So we're on the right track. So that has just protein, no fat, no carbs. For dinner, I also want to have, let's say I want to have some, let's go to my carb section on my spreadsheet. I'm going to have some, let's say that with my egg whites, I want to have some, I don't know what's that, red potatoes. All right. So I'm going to have red potatoes. I'm going to go to MyFitnessPal. I'm going to search red potato. It's already there. So red potato, I've eaten that before. I'm going to click that. I'm going to go to my serving size. I'm going to go to my unit of measurement. And let's say that I'm used to measuring in ounces. So I'm going to go 3.5 ounces. And I'm going to have 7 ounces of potatoes. So 3.5 plus 3.5 is obviously 7 ounces. So that would be 2 servings of 3.5. So I'm going to go ahead and hit 2 because I'm having 2 servings of 3.5 that equals 7 ounces. I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to add my food. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. that has 31 grams of carbs, 3.8 grams of protein, and minimal fat, which is what I want because I'm low on my fats. I'm going to go back to my nutrition and see where I'm at for my goal. So my protein is right on the dot, guys. My goal is 210 grams of protein. I'm at 212, so I don't have to consume any more protein for the day. My carbohydrates, I'm at 188, and I'm supposed to be at 210, so I'm going to eat something that's just a carb, and I'll tell you how to do that in a minute. My fats are still under, so I'm still under by 4 grams. If you guys are within 5 grams over or under on your protein, carbs, and fats, you guys are on the right track. Okay, the closer you are, the better. But within 5 grams plus or minus, you guys are fine. It's when you start to go over more or under or over more than 5 grams on any carbs, proteins, or fats. That's when you guys are going to start to get into trouble. So again, can you guys show how to do the macro calculator? Yeah, we'll touch on that in a minute. Muscle legs are in there too. Yeah, they are. Everything's in here, guys. You guys are going to notice that everything is in here. So again, I'm perfect on my protein, so I'm not going to consume any more protein. I'm going to only look for a carbohydrate, which is going to be about 30 grams that I need, and I'm going to stay away from fat. So I'm going to go back to MyFitnessPal, and there's a snack area here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit snacks. I'm going to search for something that's just a carb. I know that, fruits are generally just carbs, so I'm going to go ahead and hit, let's say, banana, and I'm going to have half a cup of banana. Okay, so I'm gonna measure out half a cup of banana. I'm gonna get my cup, and I'm gonna slice some bananas in there. Or let's say that I want to measure out in grams. So I'm gonna go ahead and I have my scale out. I'm gonna peel a banana, and I'm gonna put that banana on the scale. And let's say that it measures out. Let's say that it measures out 150 grams. 150 grams. So I weighed my banana, and my banana weighs 150 grams. I'm going to hit the check mark. I added that to my food. I'm going to go back down to my nutrition to see where I'm at. 213 grams of protein. My goal is 210. I went over by 3, but that's okay because I'm within 5. I went over on my carbs, guys. I'm over by a little over like 12 grams. So I'm gonna have to cut back on that banana a little bit. Okay, so I went over on my carbs. I'm gonna keep that in mind that I gotta cut back on my banana. I'm gonna go down to my fats. I'm still under by 2 grams, which is okay. So I'm gonna keep that there. I'm gonna go back to MyFitnessPal. I'm gonna go back to that banana that I added, and I'm gonna cut back on that. So I'm gonna do, instead of 150 grams, I'm gonna do 100 grams. Boom, save, check mark. So now I'm only gonna consume 100 grams. I'm gonna go back to my nutrition. There I am, 212 grams. My goal is 210. So now I've dialed in all my macros for that day. So tomorrow I know exactly what I'm gonna eat. I know that it's gonna be within my macros, and I know that I'm within my goals. So I'm gonna go back. Again, guys, all this food that you guys see here can be consumed at any part of the day. So let's say that I have my breakfast. and I have my chicken breast, I have my brown rice, and let's say I hit the gym really hard and I get really hungry after that class. I can go down to my snack, and I'm going to take my banana, and I'm going to take my dinner, which is my protein. I'm going to have a protein shake with 1 scoop with 100 grams of banana, and I'm going to have it anywhere in the day that I want. After a workout, if I get hungry, any time of the day, I can go ahead and have any one of these foods that I have here. It doesn't matter in what order that you have the food. It just matters that you have the food and that it's weighed out, measured out, and that it works according to your macros.
And with him saying too is, you guys are going to have this plan, and if that was your meals for tomorrow, you guys could every day sit down if you really like variety, and you could plan out your next day ahead of time, or you guys could keep repeating that same day. If this takes you 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes, however long it takes you to build out, and you don't want to keep dealing with it, and you're like, this works good, I'll just keep eating it, you can just keep eating those same foods. So this is where, again, it comes up to preference. So all we ask is that you guys make sure that you plan at least 1 day ahead, so you can keep eating those same foods. You can plan 3 days ahead and make them different, however you guys want.
Exactly. So that pretty much explains how to use MyFitnessPal. Is there anything else you want to touch on?
No, were there other questions that you guys? I mean, that covered it perfectly. He showed you guys how when he went over, how to make the changes. So it seems like we covered everything. So you guys have any questions now? I want to make sure that by the time we get off of the Facebook Live, that you guys are set and you guys are able to build out your diet. Okay, so factoring in exercise with the allotted calories, you don't want to end up doing that. Any calculator that you use or any time that you try to factor in exercise, it like completely throws the numbers off. So, do you guys add the exercises too? Are you guys asking about if you do it in MyFitnessPal? If you guys are asking that, then no, just use it. We just want to use it for the food tracking. So we don't want to input the exercise in there. I don't know if you personally input yours.
I don't personally input my exercise only because then it just becomes too complicated. One day I'll burn 800 calories during a workout. Another day I'll be lazy and burn 200 calories. And if I've already tracked my days in advance, I'm gonna have to go back and change my macros. So I don't use my exercise. I generally just use the formula that Larry gave us, the TDEE, which gives us kind of like a general idea of how many calories that we burn throughout the day, and then build a diet around that to make it less complicated.
Yeah, and the way it really throws numbers off is any measurement that you guys have for burning calories, it can change from person to person. It cannot be completely accurate, and it becomes very hard to actually hit the goals that you want because those numbers can be thrown way off. It's a lot easier when you're just dealing with the food. Can you guys show how to do the macro calculator? Okay, here. Do we want to do that? Let's pull how to do the macro calculator. You still got it pulled up on that?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So here, and the other questions you guys are asking, just hold on 1 second. I'm going to go through this and then we'll hit on those questions.
So this is a macro calculator. You want to explain it or you want me to explain it?
Go ahead.
Okay. So here's a macro calculator, guys. On the top, it says plug in your numbers, okay? And it asks you here, how much do you weigh in kilograms? So obviously, we live in America, so we're going to have to go to Google, and we're going to have to search our weight in kilograms. So let me go ahead and search that. So let's go to Google. Oh, I'm already on Google. I'm going to type in the search bar. I'm going to type in 155 lbs to kilograms. Boom. So 70.3 kilograms is what I weigh. So I'm going to go back to the spreadsheet. I'm going to click on that box, and I'm going to go up to the FX, and I'm going to hit 70.3. All right, so I've entered that one. Height in centimeters. Again, let's go back to Google. I'm 5'5" on a good day. 5 feet into centimeters. So we have 5. What is that? 5 feet. 5'3".
Nadia, Shauna, everyone, hold on just 1 second. Once we finish this, I'll answer you guys' questions.
So 5'5" into centimeters. Let's search that again. So it gives me 5'1", 5'2", 5'3". There's a conversion table here. We'd have to open it. So here it is. So I've opened up a conversion table. Here, 5'5". 165.1 centimeters. Okay, so it is going to take a little bit of searching, but you will find it. So 165. I'm going to click that box, go up to FX, and type in 165 centimeters. I've plugged that in. I'm going to type in my age at the top. I don't have to search Google for that. I'm 28. Once I plug that in, it changes all these numbers. Okay, so it says step 1, input your height, weight. Step 2, pick your goal for the next 30 days. So my goal is going to be to, let's say my goal is to add a little bit of muscle, or add muscle. So I'm at 2,637.7 calories. It says plug your selected calories into C22. So 2,637 into C2. So that's here, daily calorie goal. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to go up to the FX, and I'm going to type in 2,637.7. Boom, I filled that out. Now it shoots you your macros. So here it says macros. I filled out all the information that I need. I plugged in all my numbers, and it tells me my protein should be at 177, my fat should be at 38, and my carbs should be at 287 grams. That's how you figure your macros using the spreadsheet.
Okay, perfect. So also with that, all these numbers are starting point numbers. Okay, so when you guys are asking if we factor in cardio, what kind of formula, these are all just starting points. There's different ways to do it, but the best way is based on your body personally and your results. So anybody that's trying to, whether it's put on muscle, maintain weight, or lose weight, we want you guys to be doing your own assessments on a regular basis. So you should be, if you're trying to maintain or lose around your waist as far as like inches, if you have physical goals that you guys want to hit there, if it's weight, we'd want you guys to be tracking those things on a weekly basis, and then we can help you if you say, look, I've been following my numbers and I'm not losing weight, and that is one of my goals. Or I've been following my numbers and I'm not seeing the results that I want. You would let us know, and then we can help you guys adjust those numbers. The best way to do any sort of diet is just having a starting point, using the best ways that you can, and then those first few weeks are where you're really able to make those changes. So depending on your goal is going to be how you guys will do your own personal assessments. It can be similar to ours. If your goal is performance, you guys can be tracking your performance on a weekly basis. If it's going to be based on physical goals, I'd like you guys to track your body fat, your weight, and your measurements, so you guys could track those things. And then on a weekly basis, if you hit myself up or you hit Chris up, we want to help you guys make those changes, but we would need to know those things. So each week you're going to be tracking those things, and you can give us that information so that we can help make changes. So I'm going to go back and try to see if we missed some questions. Let me see. I want to gain muscle, but I'd also like to lose some fat around my waist. What is my goal? Lose weight or gain muscle? It would be lose weight. If you have any body fat to lose, we would want to go that direction first. Once we get down into the range that we want to be at, we slowly start working the numbers in the other direction to put on muscle. It takes longer to put on muscle. So you already kind of want to be in a place where you feel good body fat wise, so that you can work in that other direction. For you guys, you can't do two goals at one time. To gain muscle, if this is your base calories to stay the exact same, you have to be above those to put on muscle. To lose fat, you have to be under those. So you're trying to do two things that require something to be completely opposite, so it doesn't really work. So the answer is, I would say that we would do lose weight first, and then once you reach that body fat goal, we could change it. Aaron had said, if we're coming off the Halloween diet, can we do the macro diet, or should we stick to the reverse diet? Okay, so that's a good question, and I kind of hit on that earlier, but you guys could do this, but you would take your macros. So the diet that you guys had was each day it showed you what your macros were. You would basically be taking those macros and then adding the calories in like we suggested. But this way allows you to completely rework those macros. You don't have to eat the same foods. You don't have to eat the same amount of meals. You can still work in cheat days or cheat meals. And you guys would just basically be using that format, and you guys could take those same macros and manipulate them into a different diet. So someone had said, let me see. But I guess the question is, if you work out hard, do you up the food intake to keep the muscle mass? No, you guys wouldn't need to do that. So if you are in such a great calorie deficit that you're catabolic or burning muscle, then that is an issue, and we would want to change it from there. But I think it's easiest to separate the two. This is your physical activity, and then this is your nutrition, and you want both of them to complement one another, but it's looking at both of them individually, and then you can make changes to one or the other. Again, when you start meshing them together, it's very hard because it's not completely accurate a lot of the time, and it really throws your numbers way off. So as of now, you just want to look at them separately, and then we can make changes to either one as needed. So if you're running around the neighborhood for cardio, you could use any app. It could be a run tracker. So as far as I'm guessing, Shauna, you were asking about for the check-ins. Check-ins are done on your personal Facebook page. Yep. So personal Facebook page is where you do your check-ins, and you can use anything you could use a Fitbit. You can use anything that you guys want for that. Let me see. Boxing class count as cardio? Yeah, it does. Yeah, and you can just check in. Just do a geolocated check-in is fine. Home workout video, yep, you guys can do that. Again, the goal of this challenge is to make it easy so you're set up for success. There is no excuse for us not to be successful. If you guys are out of town, and anyone that hasn't been a member of the gym, anyone else will tell you, we'll do anything to make sure that you're successful. If you hit us up and say you're going out of town tomorrow unexpectedly and you don't know what to do, I'll put together a body weight workout for you to do while you're gone. If you say there's a gym and you tell me the equipment, there's a bunch of members here that'll tell you, we'll come up with workouts for you guys to do. So as long as you guys want to be successful, this program is flexible enough and we're here to support you, and we'll make sure that it works. So workout DVDs, spin bike at your house, whatever you guys prefer. If we missed it, how can we access it? I don't see a video. I'm not sure, Marabella, if you could tell me what you mean by that. I'm not sure what that question was. How long are the cardio sessions? 30 minutes or 300 calories? And people are asking if you can do more. You can do more. If you're coming off the reverse diet from the last challenge, I would expect you to still be following that plan. This still, however, is going to keep you accountable to about half of those cardio sessions. So you don't get extra credit for doing more. You can if you'd like to, but the goal isn't to be doing a ton of cardio or make this too strenuous. Again, it was for people to be able to do no matter how busy you are during the holidays. So it's just basically 3 times a week is what you're actually accountable to do. Our team's creating private Facebook pages. Yeah, everyone should have those. If you guys aren't on your team Facebook page, let us know and we can make sure to get you guys on there. Travis, thank you for the comment on the faux hawk. I appreciate that. Okay, cool. So Jenny, if you don't know what team you're on, I can have Nadia. Nadia, do you want to let her know when we're done?
Yeah, I'll tag
Cool.
post confident.
So Jenny, we'll make sure that you're notified of what team you're on.
Also, Larry, did you clarify if their posts have to be public or just on the team page? They keep asking that.
Yeah, the posts have to be public because it's going to be tracked. So it has to be on your it has to be on your page. If it has to be on your page, it has to be public because we have to be able to track the hashtags. That's how you're held accountable. And your team, basically, think if you have 20 people, you would multiply that number of required check-ins. So your team kind of has an overall goal that they have to hit as far as 100% of those check-ins, and we have to be able to track those. Somebody was saying that if you do more cardio, can you track it? As I showed you guys before, you're saying cardio session 1 of 13. The next day or whenever you do your next one would be 2 of 13. You can only do 13 maximum. So sure, if you do cardio twice a day, you could do that for however many days until you end up hitting, I guess you'd basically do that for a week, and then you'd be done with your total number of check-ins. So if you're doing a lot of cardio, I would kind of space them out so that you don't finish all of your check-ins in a short period of time. Okay, cool. So what other questions do you guys have? We still have about 53 people on here, so still got a good group of people. Victoria, yeah, Nadia will share with you guys the page and make sure you guys are on there. Other questions? Chris covered everything pretty well with the app. It seemed like that covered everything. Hope you guys have a good idea of how that works and that you guys can see kind of how it works as far as the flexible dieting. As he explained, if you eat the foods off the suggested list are cleaner foods, you're going to have a higher volume of food, but it still allows you to have that flexibility and find what works best for you. It allows you to still be able to do these events. And an easy way too, what he was kind of hitting on, but I'll say again, is if you have an event at night and it's a holiday party and you saw he put the tacos in or the pizza and it still wasn't a lot, and you know that you want to be able to have a drink, you want to have food, you're going to have a majority of your macros, or all of them, would be hitting that one meal. You have the option basically to plan for that and build out those meals coming up to it very light. So you would end up having more protein basically and allowing your fats and carbs to almost sit in a reserve for that event. So you guys would just have, egg whites, chicken breast salad. You'd eat very light coming into that event, and then you would end up having your macros to be able to hit at that event. So that's a very easy way for you guys to plan that. If you know it's coming up, that's an easy way to do it. And Cool. So before we get off, I want to make sure everybody that's on here has the questions answered. The goal of doing the live is so that when we come off of here, you guys have either have your diet already set, you're done, we get off of here and you're ready to go, or you're in the process of building it out, very confident and know how this entire thing works. And I want to make sure that everybody's set up for success. Nobody's confused about anything. No question is a stupid question. A lot of you guys probably didn't even know what macros were or what flexible dieting was. A lot of this stuff is very new to you guys, so don't be afraid to ask questions. Let me see. So we don't need to post our calories for cardio. Yeah, I want you guys to post the calories for the cardio. But you guys, again, you can use your phone. You can use any sort of app to do it. And you guys don't have to, it doesn't have to be on a cardio machine, because Shauna, you'd asked if you went for a run. So there's free apps on your phone. Lillian, MyFitnessPal doesn't allow macros that don't add up to 100%. Okay.
It's just a guideline.
Yeah. It's mine add up to 85%. It's not letting me save my macros because it's not adding up to 100%. Okay, yeah, so you guys need to just be able to move it up and down and get it to the 100%. So if one of them, as he showed, if one of them's not added up, you guys would pull from one of the other ones. So I got 47 protein, 10 fat, 43 carbs. Are these right percentages?
It all depends on what they entered.
It depends on what you entered into the calculator, but those wouldn't be percentages. Those would be the actual grams. Do check-ins start tomorrow or Tuesday? They start on day one, which is Tuesday. So saying, so we go based off the macro calculator, even if it goes over 100% on the app. You want to try to get it as close as you can to those numbers. If I'm under my fat macros goal, is that okay? You don't want to be under any numbers. You want to try to hit all of them.
You want me to? I can answer some of those.
Yeah. Here, I'll have. And do you still have your phone too to be able to show?
Yeah.
them?
All right, guys. So as far as the MyFitnessPal percentage calculator, where you guys adjust your percentages to add up to your macros, that's basically just a guideline. If for some reason some of you are not able to get those numbers kind of to come together, so let's say that I'm at 105%, but it matches up perfectly to my macros that where I use the spreadsheet to calculate. That's fine. It's just a guideline so that when you go down to your nutrition, you could see what your goal is and what's left to eat throughout the day as you're planning your day. If for some reason those numbers don't match, all you got to do is go on your notes on your phone, type in your macros, and cross-reference while you're building your diet. Go back to your notes on your phone and see, okay, just to remind you, my goal for the day is 150 grams of protein, 43 grams of carbs, and 25 grams of fat. So those of you that can get those numbers close to your goal, that's perfect. Again, but it's only to remind you of what your daily goal is. What was the other question?
There were quite a few. Let's try to, if everyone can kind of hold on the questions real quick. So let's try not to put any more questions up for a second. Let's try to hit on these ones first. Let me see. Under the fat macros.
If you're under your fat macros, you want to only be under or over by 5 grams. So if you plan out your day and let's say your fat macro goal is 40 grams of fat, and let's say you calculate your day and you're at 43 by the end of the day, that's fine. You're within 5 grams. Let's say you go over by 5 grams, that's still okay. 5 grams is okay. If you're under by 5, that's also okay. We just want you to be plus or minus 5 grams to your actual goal.
Let's see what else there was. Treadmill daily fitness count for check-in. Yeah, that treadmill would. If we do cardio combine class, tracking it on my Polar app works. Yes, it does, Shauna. Input the info on MyFitnessPal. You need to convert the. Danielle, will someone be able to help at the gym? With what part? Yeah, we definitely can. We can help anytime. But any question you might have right now would be good to ask so that we can, someone else might be wondering. And I'd like to be able to walk you through it so that you know how to do it before we get off of here. Let's see. Will you say the number of check-ins for cardio and boot camp classes one more time? Yeah, so it was on the board. So it's 13 cardio sessions. Yep, somebody put it up there. And 22 workouts. If you want to lose weight, trying to get 100%, but I'm 5% under. Which one would I add 5% to? I'm not sure which one you're 5% under for Jenny. If you're 5% under and the rest are at 100%, you would probably be pretty close to where you need to be. So you could just leave it at that point. Supposed to pick the app tracking. If we need more help with the spreadsheet and on MyFitnessPal, can we ask at the gym tomorrow? Yeah, so anyone here is definitely willing to help, but Chris and myself would be probably the ones that are going to be easiest to be able to help with this. So that's why we're kind of trying to do it live so that you guys, if there's 200 of you guys and a bunch of you guys are trying to find us at different times and unable to find us, we don't want you guys to be set back. The goal is to do this live so that when you guys get off of here, you guys have it built out. Plus, like someone at the front desk might not know exactly all the answers to all your questions, so I want to make sure you guys have the answers. What we'll do is we'll put up a way to contact Chris as well. He would be the easiest person to ask to get the information. Okay, so as far as the assessments go, yep, if anyone wants to take an assessment, we are going to do a final assessment at the end for anyone that wants to. Again, it's not mandatory, but it'll be a way for you guys to see your results at the end, whichever way you guys are trying to track them. Again, if it was maintaining weight, gaining weight, losing weight, whatever it is. And if you haven't taken an assessment and would like to, Jake can do that. So anyone that wants to, you guys can let us know and we can set up an assessment if you guys haven't done it.
Should I go over this one more time just so people?
Yeah, and we'll go over real quick since there seem to be questions about the percentages again. Chris is going to go over it. You guys real quick one more time so you guys understand how it works.
All right, guys. So a lot of you guys are confused on this page here. This is just like I said. It's just a guideline. So I'm at 100% here. Being that I'm at 100%, let's say that my protein goal is a lot higher than this. Which is the number that I got from the calculator that Larry gave us. I'm going to slide this up to 30%. So let's say that my protein goal is 191 or 190 grams. I slid that up. Even though I'm at 105, that doesn't matter. I'm going to leave it that way because this is just a guideline to keep us to where we need to be. If let's say that my and that goes for anything, fat as well. So let's say my fat is a little bit higher than 113 grams. I'm going to slide up to 45%. I'm going to put it at 128. Let's say that my goal was 130. Down here it says 110%, but I'm not worried about this number. I'm worried about the numbers that are up here. Okay, and it's just a guideline so that when I go back to my nutrition facts, when I'm setting all my food in, when I go down to my nutrition facts at the bottom, which is here, I see what my goal is, 159, 223, 113. That's all that's for. If for some reason you guys cannot match these numbers here by manipulating the percentages, just go to your notes or have a piece of paper available where you guys can add what your macros are. So I would say my protein is 159 grams, my carbs are 223, and keep that on a side note so that when you're filling out your MyFitnessPal and you're filling out your food daily, when you go down to check what you're at, let's say that I go to my nutrition and I see that I'm at 162 grams for protein, I can go back to my notes and say, okay, I'm within range. My protein's supposed to be at 159. Again, so it's just a guideline.
Cool. So I think that hopefully that kind of answers questions. Lillian, I hope that answered your question. Like he said, is you can just put it in notes or put it somewhere else. What is step 2 of the spreadsheet?
Pick your goal for the next 30 days. So they have to choose within one of these categories.
It's one of the categories to the side. So you'll see between losing very little weight, maintain, add a little muscle, or add muscle. So you have to pick one of those. And that's going to have the numbers next to it that you'll input to get your macros. Okay, so any other questions now? It seems like a good handful of the people stepped off of the live, so hopefully they were done. And the goal again is to make sure that you guys have the answers or the questions answered. If you guys don't, it is going to be hard. Anyone's willing to help, but not everyone's going to have all of the answers. And I want to make sure that you guys, when day 1 comes, you guys are set and you guys have what you need. So if there's any other questions, let me know now. Yeah, and also the steps are on the right of the spreadsheet. You guys can see them if you look to the top right. It'll tell you the steps. What we'll do is we'll post up the best way to get a hold of Chris and myself. You can ask us the questions and we can help walk you through it. And that's probably going to be the easiest way. Just walking into the gym, I'm not sure who's going to be here and who's going to be able to answer the questions, or if somebody's busy training. So I want to make sure that you guys end up having your questions answered. So again, if there's anything else, make sure you guys ask now. That'll be the easiest way to do it. Otherwise, we'll put something up and you guys can contact us and we can make sure to answer the questions. So before we sign off here, anybody else that had questions, anything you guys didn't understand? No? Everything seems good? Okay, cool. So looking forward to you guys killing it. Again, it starts on Tuesday. Those check-ins are going to be getting started. Want to make sure you guys have your diet built out and that everything's set. So you guys are going to have that flexibility. Again, you guys can work out from anywhere, do cardio from anywhere. You guys can work in any holiday parties. There's no excuses. You guys can be successful through the holidays. And you guys really want to utilize your team pages. If you're new to the gym, make sure to open up, really talk to the other people. It's the people that makes everyone successful at the gym. It's the support. It's those people lending a helping hand, giving you an idea of different protein sources, fat sources, good recipes. So really open up, utilize your team pages, and utilize your team. If you guys do that, you're going to be successful. So looking forward to everybody coming in here and killing it, and excited to see the results at the final assessment. So if you guys have other questions, we'll post up for you guys to contact us. So I'll see you guys in the gym.